Guys, it's Mackenzie. So I wanted to do an update. I had posted a video a few months back and it was called Should I Potty Train My 16-month-old? And I got a lot of responses from that, and I talked to a lot of people, did a lot of research, and a lot of people were like, man, she's so little. It's probably just a novelty. Sorry, I have like a little cough or something. And then other people were like, yeah, she sounds ready, go ahead and do it. See what happens, what can hurt. And so I went ahead and kind of did it, but I was skeptical myself, and I didn't really try very hard, I guess. I just kind of like played around with the idea of potty training her, but I wasn't really like full on, okay, we are getting potty trained, you know. And so, with that being said, I wanted to give you guys an update on how potty training is going, and it is going amazing overall. So, first of all, I was skeptical. I decided we would just see what happened. And she was 16 months old. And then from 16 months through 17 months, we just, when we thought about it, we would take her to the potty, but she was still in diapers. And it wasn't like, it was just very relaxed and laid back. And if she didn't want to go, we didn't make her go. And if, whatever. She was in a diaper. She had a wet diaper. Who cares? And I'm sorry that I'm playing with my hair a lot. I'm so busy that usually I just throw my hair up real quick and it's never down. And I actually really like my hair. I know it's kind of silly, but I really do like my hair. So I like to play with it when it is down because it's never down, especially with a baby who can yank it out. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. We were really relaxed with it. We didn't really push the potty training thing. And then okay, sorry, I am all over the place tonight. We were relaxed with it, but she would go. She went potty almost every single time we took her. But, I was still like, oh, she's little, no big deal. And then we went on a little family trip to see some of my family. And while we were there, I kept her in diapers. She had been in diapers the whole time, and she asked to go potty the first day we were there, and I took her to the regular big potty. We didn't have her potty like seat, and we used the seat that goes on top of the potty, not like a little child side seat. But I didn't have that with me. And so I took her to the potty, and she was like scared of the big potty, like not having a seat to sit on. And she cried, and I didn't want to push it. So the whole rest of the trip, which was almost a week, I didn't take her to the potty at all. And that was a big mistake. And she regressed. And when we came home, she had no desire to go potty again for a few weeks. And man, I was beating myself up over this. I was like, what have I done? I know she was ready. Like, I know she was. She was doing so good. And I was just like, excuse my language, but I was half-assing it. And I knew she was ready. And I was so mad at myself for basically for being lazy is what it boiled down to. I didn't want to deal with changing her clothes and taking her to the potty all the time while having a little baby. And I just didn't want to deal with it. And I didn't. And then I was like paying the price, basically. And so I was upset about it, and I started looking again and looking more into it and seeing like, what can I do to get her interested in going to the potty again? I didn't want this to be like, I've heard of people starting their kids potty training really young, like 18 months, and then they have a 3-year-old that's still not potty trained, and they've been potty training for like 2 years. That is definitely not the route I wanted to go. And I've never been a believer in pull-ups. I've always believed that once you're ready to really, truly potty train, that you go full force with it. You take them out of diapers, you put them in underwear, and you just do it. Well, obviously, like I said, I was being lazy and I wasn't really doing it. I wasn't really, like, I wouldn't say that I was potty training. I was just kind of playing around with the idea. And so at that point, after she had regressed, I was mad at myself, and I decided that I did want to potty train and I did want to go full force with it, but I didn't know how to do it in a way to like not scar her, because she had no interest at that point. I mean, she was over it. She did not care. And so I started reading and I started, seeing what I could do, and I decided that I was going to take her out of diapers. I just didn't know if I was going to get like training pants or regular panties or what. And I started, like, somebody told me to Google potty train in 3 days, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I Googled it, and I kind of got an idea of what it was, but I didn't want to pay the money for it. So what I read, and I think this was off of babycenter.com, was like, you leave them bare bottomed, you put a potty in every room. If they start to go to the potty, you whisk them over to the potty and then let them finish on the toilet or whatever, and then you cheer and clap and make it so exciting when they go, and they'll catch on. It's like, okay, seems good enough. So for one day, we left her bare bottomed, and we did that, except for I wasn't going to buy a bunch of little potty chairs around the house, so we just whisked her upstairs to the regular potty. And then, like, she had 3 accidents, like, peed right in the floor, and it was kind of stressful, but we went with it. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and buy this book, because it just seemed a little weird to me. Like, is that really potty training, or is that just catching them going potty, So I bought the book, and I probably didn't need to. I probably could have figured this out on my own, but I am glad that I bought it overall, because it, like, what I had read on the sites was not the same as what it said in the actual book, and it's been revised. And they said, you shouldn't leave them completely bare bottom, because they can, like, pee right, not even get it on their legs or anything, not even be wet and not be bothered. And you shouldn't put a bunch of little chairs everywhere, because they need to learn to go on a regular potty. And, sorry, I'm so exhausted. But stuff like that. So I was going through it, and we just went full circle with it. And so the next day, I did put her in underwear, and I went and bought like 30 pairs of underwear, and we didn't even need them, honestly. The second day, she had 1 accident. The third day, she did not have any accidents. Then we decided it was okay to start going in public. We bought a little travel potty. We wouldn't take her anywhere unless she pottied, like, right beforehand. So we first, like, kind of bribed her with going outside, and we were like, well, if you go potty on the potty, then we'll go outside, because we didn't want to go outside just for her to have an accident. And it just went really well. And, that's been about 2 months ago, and I can probably count on maybe 2 hands the number of accidents she's had. I can count on 1 hand for sure the number of times that it was honestly a true accident. But the majority of the accidents she has had since then have been, like, our fault. Like, we were in the car for an hour and a half and we didn't take her before we went, or something like that. Or, like, she ran off to play somewhere else. We were busy doing something else and in opposite sides of the house, and she said she needed to go potty, and then we didn't get there in time. But overall, like, she is doing amazing. She is in underwear all the time. She started daycare, and I thought for sure she would regress, and she didn't. She hasn't had any accidents at daycare, and she's been in daycare for over a month. She's just doing really awesome. I am really, really proud of her. And I would highly suggest the potty train in 3 days. But even if you don't do that program, honestly, skip the pull-ups and diapers. I do think that is the biggest thing, and that makes the hugest difference. So that is my advice. Skip the pull-ups and diapers. And now she tells us when she needs to go potty. She tells us, and she goes, and she's really good, and we only put her in a diaper at night when she sleeps, and I'm really considering stopping that too, so she can go ahead and learn to be night trained. But but anyways, I just want to let everyone know how potty training was going. And Evelynn is 20 months old now, so she is not 2 yet. She's 4 months old. She has 4 months before she's 2, and she's fully potty trained during the day. She's doing so well, and I'm very proud of her. So that was just my update on me. Kind of like, I kind of feel like I'm bragging. Maybe I am. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm super proud of her. But I know that not all kids are the same, and I've heard that boys are harder. I don't know if that's true, but I do have a boy. I might get my lovely pain in the butt potty training experience at that point. Who knows? But honestly, potty training Evelynn was like 1 week of work and smooth sailing after that. So I hope that you guys can have similar experiences. Let me know what your potty training experience was. If you have any suggestions for like nighttime training, just let me know whatever you have to say, and or if you have any questions or anything you would like to know. And I will talk to you guys in my next vlog. Bye!